Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Now, guys, today's concept is Sonar Cloud. Wait for a minute. Let me open that. Okay, guys. First, let me explain about Sonar Cloud, guys. Sonar Cloud is a cloud-based code analysis service designed to detect code quality issues in 25 different programming languages, continuously ensuring the maintainability, reliability, and security of your code. Now, guys, can you tell me in how many places the testing of an application will be done and at where? First of all, tell me, guys, how many environments are there?
Dev, SIT, production.
And there is one more also.
UAT.
So guys, yes. SIT test, UAT or prod dev. Actually, if they are using test, they'll use this word. So the words can be vary, guys, depending upon the company. Now, guys, the complete dev environment is for the developers. Is it correct, guys? First of all, who will, okay, for example, guys, there is a project called 𝐿XYZ.com. And to create this project, for example, I need one app service, for example. I need one function app. I need one database. I need one storage account. For example, I need one VM. I need one virtual network, for example. I need one some settings in AD. And for example, I need one more
load balancer or traffic
load balancer or something. Now, guys, if you observe here, I have created 8 services for this project in this environment. Now, guys, for the SIT UAT prod also, should I create all 8 services for all other environments, or can I use the same services?
Same services.
No, you should create 8 different services for each and every environment. For example, guys, if you're using the app services like devxyz.com, you cannot give this website is only for the developers. Testers or operators or production users will never access this website. Is it correct or not? For SIT environment, you will create another app service with the name sitxyz.com. For UAT, you will create another website with the name UAT. And for the prod, it will be like 𝐿XYZ.com. Is it correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
That means all these 8 services need to be created for all 4 environments. Is it correct? Definitely, for sure. You have to create all the services, guys. You can't use one service of one environment in another environment. Keep that in your mind. And one more thing, guys. Okay. Initially, guys, what you have done, you have created all the 8 services and you deploy and you have given those links to the developers. They have used them and they have created this website. Now, guys, then what is the next step? Once the development is done in dev environment, what should be the next step?
It should be deployed in test environment.
So we need to move the code or release the code to the next environment, which is test. Now, guys, before moving the code to the test, will developers test their application?
Yes, sir. Unit testing they will do.
Yeah, they will definitely do unit testing. And they will actually write their own test cases depending upon the requirement diagram, requirement document given by the BA. What will they do? They will design the application by viewing the requirement document. Once it is done, they will actually unit test each and every functionality which they have written for the application. Once they are satisfied, when they know that there are no further errors in the application, then only they will tell us, DevOps engineers, the application is ready from our end. Can you please push it to the next environment? Now, guys, for example, can you tell me, guys, which environment takes more time? For example, this needs 1 year of time to develop the entire application.
Pre-prod environment.
No.
It's the development environment will take
Yeah,
more.
development will take more than half of the time. For example, they will take at least 6 months to write the code and everything, guys. Testing will take at least 2 to 3 months. The quicker is pre-prod, because there is only shakeout testing will be done. It may take some 15 days, not more than that, because when the code reaches till this point, most probably there are no errors in that code, and each and every feature might have already been written and tested by the developers and the testers. So guys, UAT will take very less time, and no one test the production. Is it correct, guys? No one perform any sort of testing in production. Why? Okay, who will use the development environment? The answer is developers, correct? Who will use the test environment?
Testers.
Testers, good. Who will use the UAT environment?
Customer.
Yeah, customer side operators, direct operators at the customer side, which is user acceptance testing. User need to accept. Who will use prod?
Direct customer.
End users. We call it as end users. Now, guys, end users mean the actual user who are buying something on the portal, who are actually paying something. There, guys, no one, if it is the prod environment, nor developers, nor testers, nor operators, no one will ever access this environment. Only one person who have entire access of this prod environment. Can you tell me who?
The DevOps.
It's DevOps engineer, because you are the person who have created the services for this environment, and you will be having full rights over it. So except DevOps engineer, no one will ever touch the prod environment, guys. That's for sure. And no one will do testing, because here all real-time scenarios, real-time operations will be performed on prod. There is no testing. For example, if you want to test the PayPal or some payment link, you will test it in the first 3 environments. You will not test it in the prod, because in the prod you are actually the users are actually paying by using their card. So there is no testing. Is it correct?
Yeah.
Did you understand, guys? On prod, no one will ever touch prod. Once the code is released to prod, that will only used by the end users. No product manager, no project manager, no TL, no one, guys. No one ever touches the environment prod. That is for sure. Only person who will touches the environment is the DevOps engineer, where at the time of setting up all the services, he may need to add some configuration files. He may need to perform something on the prod. So that is the only person. No one will ever touch the prod environment. Now, guys, okay, this project duration is for 1 year. On 1st January, we have started the project. Now, guys, tell me. So I have to create these 8 services for the dev environment. I might have created these 8 on January 1st. Guys, will I create SIT UAT prod services also on Jan 1st? Did you understand my question?
No.
You will never, because when you create one service, billing will be started. Is it correct, guys?
Yeah.
Each service, there is some amount will be charged on the customer's card. So you only create dev environment services on January 1st. For example, by 1st July, the dev is completed. Now you need to create the SIT. Then on 1st July only you will create SIT. Is it correct?
Yeah.
And after 3 months, for example, on 1st October, you will create UAT services. And for example, on 1st November, you will create the prod services, because all these services will have some certain amount of cost associated with them. Now, guys, okay. For example, let us take this has happened for me in real time. What happened, guys? Same project, 1 year duration. The cost of the entire project was $1 million. It's a big project. Now, guys, this project has total 20 members. So total, the team of 20 members were working on this project. Now, all employees' salaries will also comes under the project cost in real time, guys. Now, developers have taken the actual plan was dev 6 months, test 2 months, UAT 15 days, and this prod 3 months, guys. That was the actual plan. So developers have taken 6 months and they are ready with that. And after that, what they have done, they have I have to push the code to the test environment. It has been done, but the testing persons have taken nearly 5 months. Why they have taken 5 months? Can anyone tell me? The actual plan was these guys should test the complete application within 2 months, but it has taken 5 months. Can anyone tell me why?
I think because of some some issues, maybe they got a problem and then they need to send it back to the dev.
Yeah, because perfect answer. Testers actually, when they test, for example, there are 100 test cases, 100 scenarios they need to test. So out of 100, actually 70 were passed, but 30 miserably failed. That means these functionalities are not working properly with the negative testing. There are a lot of testings will be done, guys. So developers, what they have done, when these 30 have assigned back to the developer, they have taken 15 days to redevelop it, and they have pushed the code. Once it has come to the tester, this time they have found out 40 errors. 40 test cases were failed. So again, the developers came. They have taken 1 more month to resolve it in the same time. In this manner, testers have taken 5 months to complete the application. So guys, we have to deliver the product within the 1 year, but already 11 months have been taken. Now, guys, if you observe here, developer resource is a very costly resource. Do you know that? For example, these are the 20 members. Each member, you know, guys, in real time, companies will always there will be permanent employees and there will be contract employees. Do you know that, the concept of it? Yeah, okay. For example, guys, if contract employer is a very costly employer, guys. For our project, we were paying $80 per hour. This is the cost which we are paying for those contract developers. So our intention was they will finish their work within the 6 months. Then once they finish their work, we are actually using their services, but we won't pay that much. We will only paying $20 per hour, because they are just sitting idle, or they're actually monitoring all of the work which is happening in all other environments. Now, guys, what happened? Because they're actively now for this project, they worked for 11 months. That means we have to pay them $80 per hour per the 11 months. Then what happened? The cost of the project has been increased. It increased from 1 million to $1.3 million. Now, guys, who are paying this cost? Who will pay this amount?
Is the end user.
Not end user. It is the client or customer. End user is the people who are actually using the website, now, guys. Not the end user, the actual client. For example, there is a client called 𝐿XYZ.co, XYZ company. That company want this software company to design a website for them. Now, initial assumption was the total cost of the project will only there till $1 million. But after 11 months, the cost has already gone past $1.3 million. And the client was not ready to pay any extra amount, and they want. So, guys, because 11 months it has already taken, and it is nowhere it will be finished in the next 1 month, because we haven't created services for the UAT, and we have to properly test UAT, and prod will also need at least 2 to 3 months of time to deploy each and every service. There will be technical deployment will be there, guys. There will be a lot of different prod deployments, guys. Functional deployment will be there. So there will be a lot of different sections. So it is nowhere it will actually, it needed another 4 to 5 months to complete the project. So then at the end, the cost of the project has increased to $1 million to $1.8 million. Now, guys, tell me whose fault is this?
Developers.
Actually, guys, it's the developer's work. Actually, there are two people's fault. One is the developer, second one is the DevOps engineer. Can you tell me why a DevOps engineer has come into the picture? Now I'll explain, guys. Now, at the end of 6 months, developer told DevOps engineer that everything is ready, you can deploy that to SIT. Then what we have done, we have trusted the word of the developer and we have created all the services for the SIT and we have deployed, released the code to the SIT environment. Now, guys, here in this place between dev and SIT, there is another testing is there called Sonar Cloud, guys. If the DevOps engineer might have used the Sonar Cloud, he himself can do some sort of testing, and if he find any anomalies, he can actually tell the developer to rework. So before assigning SIT resources, because SIT also they will charge nearly $30 per hour, and we haven't assigned any tester to my project, so there was no billing for the testers. So if you are able to, as a DevOps engineer or the cloud app engineer, if you're able to find out some of the errors before deploying that to SIT, then that would be very efficient for the company, and you can actually save a lot of money for the company. So guys, we are not a programmers, we are not a testers. Then how to test that application? For that only, guys, first of all, have you understood the background scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Now, guys, why there is a need for this Sonar Cloud? Actually, Sonar Cloud is, guys, it's a cloud-based code analysis service. That means as a DevOps engineer, you can actually analyze the code which has been written by the programmers. And this service is available for more than 25 different programming languages. So those programmers may be writing in .NET or in Java, in React, in Angular. So all these programming languages will be supported by the Sonar Cloud. And what will it do? It will actually create a report. It will actually test the application and it will give a sample test report to you, so that if you find any problems in that, you can tell the developers, I cannot release this code to the SIT and I cannot assign any SIT resources for this project because still there are a lot of errors in your code. So we can ask them to resolve it. Are you following? Are you following, guys?
Yeah.
Now,
is it same thing like the application inside?
No, it is not same thing like application. Application insights, it's actually pinpointly find out the failures, but it is not like it will find out the functional errors. That means if something is not working, but this is to find out the code quality. For example, guys, to perform any task, the programmer may write 10 lines to perform the same task. One programmer, the other programmer may write 30 lines to perform the same task. And can you tell me which one is the efficient code? 10 lines, na guys. Same lines of code is also one measure, guys. If the same code, you can write the same functionality in 10 lines. One programmer is writing in 10 lines, the other programmer is writing in 50 lines. So other programmer actually wasting some of the resources. So guys, by using Sonar Cloud, you can actually find out a lot of issues in your code. So let us do that. Before going or creating a Sonar Cloud, guys, let me explain types of issues which a Sonar Cloud can detect. First is bug. What is bug, guys? Bug means an error, guys. A coding mistake that can lead to an error or unexpected behavior at the runtime. So at the compile time, guys, everything is good, but when you run the application, it may lead to some errors. So if there are bug means it's an error, you have to resolve that, guys. Bug are nothing but coding errors, guys. And vulnerability. Vulnerability means a point in your code that open to an attack. For example, you've written some code, but a hacker can use this code to enter into your cloud or enter into your virtual machine. So if there are any possible vulnerabilities in your code, that will be detected by the Sonar Cloud. And next one is code smell. Code smell means a maintainability issue that makes your code confusing and difficult to maintain. For now, guys, it is working properly, but in future, it may lead to, when you change the design, it may lead to some errors. For now, it is working, but in future, there is some confusion in the code and it may lead to some other errors. So that is, those type of errors are known as code smells. Those are not bugs. Bugs means it's an error, but code smells are not bugs, but they are not technically incorrect and do not prevent the program from running, but they indicate weakness in the design, and that may slow down your development or increase the risk of bugs or failures in future. So those are code smells. Currently, it may not be an error, but in future, it can convert into an error. So those are code smells. Now, guys, another feature is called hotspot review. What is that? A security hotspot highlights a security sensitive piece of code that developer need to review. For example, guys, same guys, vulnerability is a security threat, and hotspots reviewed is also a security threat, but there is a little bit different between these two. Those are vulnerability. The main difference between a hotspot and a vulnerability is that need of a review before deciding whether to apply a fix. With a hotspot, a security sensitive piece of code is highlighted, but the overall application security may not be impacted. Simple, guys. If it is vulnerability, the programmer need to fix it because there is a definite chance that a hacker can come into your cloud and he can do some damage. But if it is hotspot reviewed, here 50-50 chance. Here, the programmer needs to review it before applying any fix. Upon reviewing, if the programmer says this will not allow any attacker to enter, then you can actually ignore that. But after the review, if the programmer says, okay, there is a chance of an attack, then he need to apply a fix for that. Did you get this point or not? Guys, are we on the same page? Do you understand?
Can you repeat it again?
Okay. Vulnerability means it's a definite security threat. Vulnerability means, guys, it is a definite security threat. And if it is detected, the programmer need to write the code to resolve it. He had to attend for it. If it is hotspot review, there is a chance that an attacker can come into the code to check that the programmer will actually review the code. Okay, is there any chance or not? Upon review, if the programmer says there is no chance of an attack, you can ignore that. But if the programmer says there is a chance, then you have to apply the fix for it. That means the vulnerability means 100% threat, you have to attend it. Hotspot review means it may not be 100% confirm that there is an attack. It can lead to an attack, but you have to perform one review on the code. So review is needed to check whether it's an attack or not. Did you get my point?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, these are the words, guys, which you need to understand before viewing that Sonar Cloud report. So, guys, I think you have understood what is Sonar Cloud and everything till this point. Is it clear, guys, for now, till this point?
Yep. Yes.
Now, let me open